everyone, welcome to Toons. I'm Luke and in today's episode we're going to be looking at the Ghost Clown on The Myth Behind the Monsters.
The myth behind the monsters.
Hey, do you like the new intro? The Ghost Clown first appeared in the episode The Bedlam in the Big Top, the 10th episode in the first season of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? When driving through the woods, the gang run into two circus performers who have crashed their bike. After stopping to help them, they find out they're quitting the circus because it's jinxed. The ringmaster warns them to leave as the circus is haunted by an evil ghost clown. Whilst they are speaking to him, Scooby is lured away by the ghost clown and then the gang leave without him. They forgot Scooby! So obviously they go back for him to see him balancing on a high wire and have to save him. Next, the ghost clown captures Fred and hypnotises Daphne to ride a unicycle. After the rest of the gang rescue the two of them, they plan to capture the clown in a trap. During this, Shaggy is hypnotised into taming lions, but he is quickly saved by Scooby. The two of them then act as bait to capture the clown in the trap, but it doesn't work as hoped. Shaggy, however, comes up with a plan and allows himself and Scooby to be hypnotised. Whilst the ghost clown attempts to hypnotise them into acting like a gorilla, they pull out some mirrors and his reflection hypnotises himself. Now captured, the gang find out that, spoiler alert for a 50-year-old episode, the ghost clown was Harry the Hypnotist, a man who had previously worked for the circus but was arrested after caught stealing. He returned for revenge, hoping to shut the circus down. The ghost clown is a clown? Not entirely sure what makes him a ghost exactly, other than it's creepier and, well, hey, it's Scooby-Doo, it's gotta be a ghost, right? He does appear to fly in one scene, maybe that's the ghost connection. This is due to him using a balloon version of himself that he can inflate and deflate instantly. That must be one realistic looking balloon. He has the ability to hypnotise people, but obviously that's due to the fact that Harry was a hypnotist, and less to do with the fact that he's disguised himself as a clown. This is the part of the episode where I remind you to like the video. It really helps out the channel and it allows us to keep bringing more myths at you. And if you've not done so yet, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell to be notified the next time there's a monster on the loose. So, clowns. They make some people laugh and some people scream. Personally, I don't find them very scary, but I am going to warn you that this section does contain a lot of photos that are, at the very least, creepy. A lot of painted smiles, guys. Be warned. So clowns date back to the 5th dynasty of ancient Egypt, where here and in many cultures around the world throughout the years, the clowns are associated with religion. Sometimes the clown role would even be performed by a priest. Now, this is all incredibly interesting, but it's not super related to the type of clown featured in the episode. The clowns we're talking about derived more from the fool character in Greek and Roman theatre. This eventually evolved into the fool character found in Commedia dell'arte, an Italian comedy from the 16th century. This was the basis for the harlequinade in British pantomimes, which became quite popular during the 17th and 18th centuries, where the clown was a main character. Here the clown was depicted in tatty servant robes in a sequence that went unchanged for over 150 years. And you thought Hollywood recycled plots. In the year 1800, Joseph Grimaldi played the part of the clown in Charles Dibdin's Harlequin in the Flying World. Here the clown was given a far more elaborate costume with loads of tassels and frills, and was made far more garishly colourful. Over the next few years, the harlequinade would begin to evolve from what it had been for so long. And in 1802, Grimaldi designed the look of what would be his clown character's face. Joey soon became one of the most famous clowns in London and would go on to become the basis for British clowns going forward. Just before this, in 1770, Philip Astley introduced clowns as well as acrobats and tightrope walkers into his riding school performances to entertain guests in the gaps between the horse acts. This would be the basis for the modern circus, with a rival circus opening in 1782, the Royal Circus and the Equestrian Philharmonic Academy, which would be the first use of the term circus and was coined by Charles Dibdin. In the 1860s, George L. Fox became the clown at Astley's riding school, and he would base his performance on Grimaldi's Joey of years earlier. The Joey clown has an all-white face, and is what we would now know as the White Clown, typically the head clown, and it is this that the ghost clown in the episode is based on. In 1870 in Vienna, the August, or the red clown, was developed by Tom Belling. This clown's face would be painted either red or skin coloured, and would have white circles surrounding his eyes and mouth, a big red nose, baggy clothes and large shoes. Kind of the modern classic clown look. The red clowns are usually the recipients of the white clown's jokes, i.e. they get the pie in the face. During the early 20th century, with the rise of the American circus, character clowns became a popular form of clowning, acting in a similar style to the red clown, however usually dressed to match a specific character such as a policeman or a hobo. Clowns, particularly character clowns, were popular during the early days of cinema, most likely due to the silent nature of the medium. Performers such as Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin with his tramp character were notable examples of character clowns, although not normally acting alongside red and white clowns as would be seen in the circus. Bozo the Clown was created in the 1940s for a children's record book, and would soon become a children's television franchise, with many local stations producing their own version of the Bozo the Clown show. Now, if you're thinking that Bozo looks a little too similar to the hamburger happy clown himself, Ronald McDonald, well, that is because Ronald was originally performed by William Scott, the Bozo of Washington, D.C. Other notable clowns during this era were Coco the Clown, with a C, and Coco the Clown, with a K. When it comes to evil clowns in fiction, the idea seems to be as old as that of clowns themselves, with examples of evil clowns appearing in La Femme de Tabarin in 1874 and Pagliacci in 1892. Yes, that Pagliacci. One of the most notable examples of an evil clown, however, is the Clown Prince of Crime himself, the Joker. The Joker first debuted in 1940 in the first issue of the Batman solo title. Now, Scoob and the gang have come across the Joker many times, so I'm going to save the Joker lesson for his own spotlight episode. But I will note that Cesar Romero's depiction of the character in the 1966 TV series was particularly influential and stood out in many viewers' minds as the evil clown from that era. It was more of a wacky evil, but the evil clowns that we know today didn't really exist at the time of this episode's airing, with the trope being popularised by Pennywise with the release of Stephen King's It in 1986, as well as maybe taking some inspiration from John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown of the 1970s. Although at the time Scooby-Doo was known for borrowing a lot of classic villains and stock characters, it would go on to be remembered as having a whole host of classic monsters. So is it possible that by Scooby-Doo including an evil clown as one of these classic monsters, that they actually helped to persist the idea of evil clowns in the mainstream? Did the ghost clown inspire Pennywise? Like many of the monsters from Where Are You, the ghost clown is seen throughout the Scooby-Doo franchise, being one of the more classic monsters from the show. He appears in the comics, The Phantom Clown, the 9th issue of Scooby-Doo Where Are You comic series from 1970, in what is a fairly faithful adaptation of the episode. He is one of the many criminals the gang are placed in prison with in Big House Brouhaha, issue 50 of DC Comics Scooby-Doo series from 2001. There is a clown whose design appears to be inspired by the ghost clown in Scooby-Doo Unmasked. The ghost clown is the villain of the second mystery in Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who. This level is also an adaptation of the original episode. In Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, the ghost clown is one of the costumes seen in the Coulsonian Criminology Museum. Here, his costume is changed to white instead of red, possibly due to them thinking it either looked better or maybe even scarier in real life. He was originally meant to be brought to life and was going to be portrayed by Paul Becker, the choreographer of the film, but was replaced by Captain Cutler's ghost for unknown reasons. In the 3rd episode of Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law, Scooby and Shaggy are featured in prison alongside the ghost clown, although his costume, much like the other monsters, is coloured incorrectly, and there is a different person under the mask. In Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy, Sonny St. Cloud dresses up as the ghost clown in the mystery montage song. In the Batmite Presents Batman's Strangest Cases episode of Batman the Brave and the Bold, the ghost clown's costume is seen hung up on the wall. The ghost clown is featured alongside classic monsters during the closing montage of Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. His costume is once again inaccurate to the show, however this is most likely due to it being a pre-made costume they had to save money. His mask appears in Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost in a yard sale when the gang are selling off old memorabilia. He is possibly meant to be the clown in the Flash episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, as he appears alongside all the other Where Are You monsters, but he does appear to be a recycled design from Pazzo the Ghost Clown featured earlier in that season. Just not ghostly coloured, although he isn't exactly coloured like the Ghost Clown from the episode either, so who knows. When it comes to promotional material as well as merchandise, the Ghost Clown is one of the more heavily featured characters, even having his own Playmobil figure and a Funko Pop. Thanks for watching this week's The Myth Behind the Monsters. Tune in next time when we take a look at a whole gaggle of galloping ghosts. What did you think of the Ghost Clown? Did you find him scary? A lot of people are scared of clowns. Let me know what you think down below. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I'd appreciate if you gave it a like. If you've not done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching guys. Cheers. Thanks for watching Tube of Toons. If you want more from the channel, hit subscribe. If you want to keep up to date with what's going on, follow us on our socials. Hope you liked it. Cheers.